Hey YouTube, it's Lisa. Welcome back to my channel. If you're a first-time viewer, thank you for stopping by. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much. Really do appreciate the support. Today, let me just say, my channel is about fountain pens. I always forget about this little intro part. My channel is about fountain pens and stationery and all the things that are kind of related to it. And in this video today, we're going to do a June currently inked video. I'm using and I'm pulling from the current supply of inks. I have many, sorry for knocking the camera. I have many ink supplies. As a matter of fact, I ended up doing an inventory count and I haven't really made a big dent into my current level of ink samples. It's kind of still ridiculous. I've gotten rid of a couple of bottles of ink. And I emptied out a few of my sample vials just to kind of consolidate. I've got some more consolidation to go, but some of my vials are still kind of full. But I have a ridiculous 160 ink samples and 57 bottles of ink. I have enough ink pretty much to last me probably the rest of my life, or at least a good chunk of it. But that being said, which is why I was giving ink sample giveaways, I still, with all of that, still have a lot of ink left, which is great because I don't really have to go shopping for ink per se unless I just really want to ink, which gets me into this crazy count of ink that I have. But be that as I may, and I have digressed, let's get into what I'm going to use for the month of June. And also this month, I'm going to focus in my current supply of stationery pens. I've done really well this year. So far, I've only bought 2 pens. It seems like I've bought more, but I've only bought 2 pens. And one of them was way back in, I think, end of January, early February. And then the other one was just a couple of weeks ago, which was my piston, Feco aluminum piston, the piston one, which has been fantastic. And I still have that one currently inked, but I'm not going to include that one in the count because I don't think I have it closer handy with me. And I still have my Patrikios, which is my die, my ride and die. I'm going to put those two to the side though for the month of June. And I'm going to get 10 pens. And the 10 pens that I'm going to start with is I'm going to dive in, and I just want to see where I'm at here and here. I'm going to focus in on my Pilot pen collection for the month of June. And all I'm going to do is write with Pilot fountain pens. I have 10 Pilot fountain pens, so I'm going to pick from the 10 in this collection, which will include the Falcon fountain pen, the Pilot Justice, my Pilot, Vanishing Point. And this is in the blue Cabernet. I'm going to be using that one. My Custom 823, and this one is in a fine. I'm going to take my tags off of all of these pens because I do keep my tags in here. Just put the Justice one off and the Falcon so I can remember what goes where. I've got my Pilot Custom 74 in clear, which I absolutely love. I've got the Pilot, this one is the Heritage 92 in a fine medium. I've got the fountain pen that I got to win at the DC Pen Show. This is probably my most expensive fountain pen. This is the Ishmi in a medium nib. And then I've got my new, actually, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, good. I've actually got 11 pens. I'm going to go ahead and use my Pilot Piera, and this one is in a cursive medium nib. And I'm going to use my Fiermo, which is another retractable pen in fine. So those are the 10 fountain pens that I am going to use. I'm going to leave the Kakuno to the side. I was going to ink that up, but that's 11 pens and I only have 10 inks. So that one might get inked up if I go through one of these 10. And out of these 10 fountain pens that are Pilots, I've already picked my inks. And now you get to watch me try to match up which inks I think should go in which pens, given, as we all know, or if you're unfamiliar with, Japanese fountain pens tend to write finer than the Western ones. So my Fiermo is in a fine So I need to make sure I can have a color that I can deal with. And I am going to pair that one with Diamine Red Dragon. Let's see here. So I'm going to use Diamine Red Dragon. That's what this ink color looks like. I haven't really written with that one in a long time. Then I have Diamine Blue Edition Fire Ember. That's a nice bold color. I think that can also use a finer nib. It doesn't need to be a fire hose of a nib. I will use my clear demo for that one. That'll be fun to watch that one slosh around in. And let me zoom back out. And I've got Wearing Gold, and I'm sorry, this kind of, I got water on this card. I'm going to use Jane Eyre by Wearing Gold, and I think that one should, I'm going to use Ishmi for that one. I'll write that in a medium in that one. I think that would be a nice pairing for that one. And then I've got Bordeaux by Califilio. This is one of the ink samples that I bought crazily in the month of May that I probably shouldn't have, but I just couldn't help myself because I'm still trying to find a good Bordeaux. Let's see here. That one, I think that's a nice color that's pretty bold, so I think I'm going to write that one, and I'm going to stick that, should I put it in here? I'm going to put it into my custom 92, which is great. This is a good ink filler. I don't need to fill this up all the way. I'll put that one over here so that we can see that color. Then I've got Diamine Celadon Cat, and I've got, let's see here, I feel like this needs a medium nib, so I'm going to actually pair this one with the Cursive Italic. I think that would be a fun pairing. And then I've got Pelikan Edelstein Blue Topaz ink. I am going to pair that one with, I think I'm going to go ahead and use the Pilot Vanishing Point in Carbonese. So I'll put that one over here. And next I have Alt Gold Grün by Royer and Klinger. I think I'm going to pair that one. Let's see here. Let me put this one over here so I can move these two up a little bit. And that goes here. I'll put that there so you know that. This one's going to get the Bordeaux. It's going to go here with that one. The Bordeaux is going to go over here. And put this one like here so you can see that that one, Celadon Cat's going to get that one. And this one's going to have, I'll put it so the top finial faces where it's going. And then the Alt Gold Grün. Ooh, I've got these 3 pens left. I'm torn about the Alt Gold Grün. I could put it in the Justice, but I kind of want to see the next one in, so I think I'm going to go ahead and use the Alt Gold Grün. I will put it in the Pilot Custom 823. And Jacques Herbin is going to be Vert Olanitide. I am going to put that one, I'll put the Justice in that one. And I'm going to use, oops, oh, I do have 11 pens. 11 inks. Wearing Gold's Psychic Poly, which is kind of a nice yellowish color. I'm going to stick this in the Falcon nib. So I'll put that one in the Falcon. And I can go ahead then and pull out my Kakuno, which I'm really excited about actually, because now I get to use all of my 11 pens. I do actually have more. I have an extra Kakuno, so I just figured I'll use one. I'll put in this Kakuno. I'm going to put in Califilio Yalla Ombra. I'm going to put that one in there. All right, so those are the fountain pens that I'm going to ink up, and then I'll do a writing sample on each one of those. And so let's go ahead and get these to the side. Okay, Red Dragon is the first one that I'm going to ink up by Diamine. And then I've got my little sample books over here to the side. And I am using a Hobonichi notebook in an A5 size as my writing sample for these inks. So let's just go ahead and get the first one going here. And I need a paper towel. Since some of these I forget that this is Pilot. And in the world of Pilot, got these crazy kind of Con 40 converters that don't really hold a ton of ink. But we're going to just do with what we got here. Hopefully I've got this in enough that I can soak up some ink here. I'm not seeing any ink come in yet. All right, get that done. And hopefully I did this properly. This goes into here like so. Yeah, that's right. And the top is up here. I love my little retractable nib pens. Kind of fun. So got this one in here, and with the Fiarmol you have to really turn it firmly so it stays in place. So ink number 1, this is the Pilot Fiarmol, and this is in a fine nib, and this is Diamine Red Dragon. I know a lot of people don't like red ink, but I love the color red, so it doesn't really bother me. So there's that one. First pen, I'll just stick this up above. Then the second pen color I have is my Pilot Custom 74, and that one is going to have Diamine Blue Edition, and that one is going to be Fire Ember. And luckily this one is a Con 70, so this is a little bit easier to fill. Okay, that's got a good feel to it. Wipe this off. And get this back in here. This is the Custom 74, and this one is in a fine as well. And this is Diamine. I think I said it's Blue Edition. Yeah, Blue Edition. And this is Red Ember. Beautiful color. It's a very bright, punchy red. All right, so there's that one. That one up there. Next up in the lineup is my Pilot Vanishing Point. This is in the blue Cabernet, and this one is in a fine, and that one is going to get Pelikan Edelstein Blue Topaz, and I have a bottle of this one. This is a beautiful ink, and I hardly ever use it, so it's kind of like this is a great time for me to go ahead with these edition series to use these inks. And just make sure I've got this one all the way down. All right. And Hopefully we won't get any air bubbles. Not seeing any ink come up in here for some reason. I might have to use a syringe to get ink if I don't see any kind of come in here. So I'm having difficulties seeing that. And what I'll do, oh, I see it. It is in there. All right. Go ahead and put this together like so. Close said lid. Pretty blue. Let me zoom in so you can see that really well. Okay, so this is the pilot vanishing point. This is a fine. I feel like this nib is an extra fine. I think it is actually an extra fine because I bought an extra fine one. Pelican, Edelstein, or Edelstein Blue Topaz. Alrighty. Next up in the lineup, the Pilot Priera in a cursive medium nib. And this one is going to get filled up with Diamine Celadon Cat. And let me just put the lid here. And I've got a bottle of this as well. I really did wish that they actually let this be any of these kind of pens. Just give us the Con 70s. But actually it's a good thing though if you want to like change your inks that these don't have a whole lot of ink. So I might be switching inks out in this month. So let me make sure I got this all the way down. Go back in. Didn't get anything. Drawing some ink up finally. Yeah. All right. Gonna wipe that down. And the Pieras are such great little starter pens, and they do write, they are considered pocket pens. Let me just put this cap on here so I can get rid of the ink over here to the side. But nice little writers. And given the color of this ink, this was actually a good size nib to check for this. So this was the Pilot Priera. And this is in the CM nib. And this is Diamine Celadon Cat. I love this color. Oh God, this color is gorgeous. All right, so I will zoom in at the end of this and show you just in case you guys get out of frame. But that's another one down. All right, so next we have the Pilot Ishmi pen. This is Urushi lacquered underneath, and this application is a very time-consuming one, but it's a very beautiful one. This one is going to get the Wearing Gold Jane Eyre. It was one of the ink samples that I bought at the end of May. And we're going to go ahead and stick that in here. I haven't written with this pen a lot since I won it. I'm more of a fine point person than a medium when it comes to Pilot, but I want to give this one a chance to actually get written with so that I can appreciate this pen and the win. Okay. Fill that up. All right, there's that ink sample. I'll just go this way. All right. Wipe this down. And oh yeah, good call for this ink color. So this is Pilot Ishmi. I don't know if it's 1 or 2 E's. And this is a medium. And I've got Wearing Gold Jane Eyre ink. Ah, beautiful, 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 beautiful. All right, I'm noticing that almost all of my pens are almost in the cooler shades, or the warmer shades are all clear or demos, or they're blue. Okay, so Calafilio is going to be used. I'm going to use Bordeaux in the Calafilio, and it's going to go into this Pilot custom pen that I have in a fine medium nib. And and it's a piston filler, so all I have to do is go down here, which means it's going to hold quite a bit of this Bordeaux color, which I'm really looking forward to. And so let's just see what this happens here. Okay. All right. That's a good soak up. And to the side. Oops. Writing down the Pilot Custom. Oh, which one is this one? 92, I think it is. 92. It's a fine medium. Yeah, I think so. And this is Calafilio Bordeaux. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful color. There's that color. And now we're going to go into the earthier tones. So now we got Calafilio Yalumba. That's what that is. Yalumba by Calafilio. I want to actually try their entire line of inks because I really do enjoy them. And this one has the Pilot Kakuno. Love this pen. This is another great throw in your bag kind of thing. This one is with a fine nib. And these do take Pilot Con 70 converters. So let's just get that in there. Let me just come back out of frame a little bit. Good little swatchy ink there. Wipe that off. Oh, I did that wrong. Did I do that wrong? I didn't. Okay. I just am a little bit out of order. I got out of order. So I'm going to screw this back. And I'm going to just kind of skip a space because I got this out of order when I put these together. This goes down here. And you'll see why momentarily. This is Pilot Kakuno. And this color is Calafilio Yalumba. It's kind of like a yellowish brown color. And I'm going to do what I should have done because I got this out of order, which is this is going to be Wearing Gold Psychic Poly, which is kind of like my yellow color, and that is going to go into the Pilot FA fountain pen. And Psychic Poly is just a very interesting looking bottle because you can see that it has some sheening in it. Hopefully my camera will catch that in the light. Beautiful color. So let's just go ahead and get this one inked up. And that color is this one right here. And I think this one also takes a Con 70 converter. It does. So much more easier to fill up. And this pen, like some of the Pilot pens, have a little bit of elasticity and flex in them, so it's kind of a nice pen to write with. Like the Justice, which will be next. And get that out of the way. And this pen's color is this wonderful, it's not showing it, it's going to shift. This is a pen ink color that comes down on the paper one way and then changes its color by the time it dries. So it's kind of like a chameleon. This is Pilot Custom, I think this is a Custom FA. So there's a little bit of flex in this nib, and this is Wearing Goals. Psychic Poly. This will be a good experiment to see if I can actually make it through the month with this ink, or if I just call it one and done after I get done using it. It's a unique ink. All right, so those are these inks so far. And then next up are my greens, and I have Alt Gold Grün by Royer and Klinger is going to be my next color up. I actually really like this ink color, and I have to thank Simona for introducing me to this ink brand, because I never knew I was going to like it this much until I had it, but I absolutely love this color. And this is going into my Pilot Custom 823 in amber in a fine nib. And this one is a vacuum fountain pen. So let me just get the plunger going here. And voila, the best kind of filling mechanism known to humankind. So quick, so efficient. All right, go ahead and wipe this off. Make sure I've got that all taken care of. And coming down, Pilot Custom 823, and this is Royer Klinger Alt. Oh, let me see if I'm going to do it. Yep. Gold Grün. That's an N and not an M. So this is like that. All right, so there's that. And the Pilot Custom 823. And last but not least, the Pilot Justice. This nib is this pen, I love this pen. It's kind of like you get almost 3 pens in one. It can go from a fine to a fine medium to almost a medium nib. This one's very unique because it has a dialing mechanism, and I did a video on this if you want to see my review and unboxing of this one, but I don't know if you can see it here, but you can turn this grip section here, and this changes the pin's flexibility and nib. So if you turn it one way, it goes down and it goes up. Let me show you again this way. So if you turn it one way, it will go, it will go down and it will go up. Hold on just a second, I've got to get the grip. I'm unturning the pin by mistake. Okay, you can turn it one way and it'll go down and it goes up. You can see it going up there and then it comes down. So the more it goes down, the more flex or give their has to it, and the more it goes up towards the tip of the nib, it becomes a firmer pen. So it's more, it goes, when it's down it's more medium, when it's up it's more firm or fine. And this one we're going to stick in here. I'm going to do the last but not least ink, which is J. Herbin or Jacques Herbin Vert Lanitide. I have a whole bottle of this stuff, so I really want to get that variation. I'm going to go ahead and agitate. There is some shimmer in this one. I don't normally put shimmer inks in my nibs, but I think it'll be really well behaved with J. Herbin or Jacques Herbin. And again, Con 70 converter, so easy filling mechanism. Once I can get it down into the ink. I'm hoping that I don't clog my pen, but we'll find out. Because that's the risk that you always have with shimmer inks in fine Japanese pens. I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. And like that. This is, oh God, this color is beauteous. Okay, so this is the Pilot Justice. And I have in it, seems so far so good, Jacques Herbin Vert Lanitide. So that's what it looks like when it's written down with the thing there. I'm going to bring this back and I'm going to extend it back out. And then this is, so this was in medium and now this is going to be in fine. So I'm going to do like this. And it's not really a real radical difference. If I write and I'm very cognizant of how much pressure I'm putting on the nib, I can get this to write a little bit finer. You can see in the E's and the D's, it's a little bit finer when the nib unit is extended out than when it's pushed back more closer to the body of the pen. So those are my pens and my inks for the month of June. What are you inking up in your pens this month? What are you really looking forward to? I'm going to kind of stick these next to each of the ones that I have going on here so that you can see what pens are going with what inks. The Ishmis with Jane Eyre. That one's there. Kind of getting stuck on. Let's do this. I think this would be better. I'll just do it staggered. Seems like it's better to do it that way. There's that one. Calafilio, that one. This one's this one. Got this one up here. They're so tight together, I kind of didn't get myself a lot of space. There's that one, and then this one's down here. And then there is this one here, and this one here. So those are my pens and my inks for the month of June. Let me know what you guys are doing. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for sticking around. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, take care and stay safe. Bye.